larch, the fir, the mighty Scots pine.
What about my bloody parrot?
The smell of fresh-cut timber, the crash of mighty trees. With my best girl by my side, we'd sing, sing, sing. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I eat my lunch, I go to the lavatory. On Wednesday I go shopping and have buttered scones for tea.
He cuts down trees, he eats his lunch, he goes to the lavatory. On Wednesday he goes shopping and has buttered scones for tea. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I skip and jump. I like to press wildflowers. I put on women's clothing and hang around in bars.
He cuts down trees, he skips and jumps. He likes to press wildflowers. He puts on women's clothing and hangs around in bars. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I wear high heels, suspenders and a bra. I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear papa. I cut down trees, I wear high heels, suspenders and a bra. I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear papa.
Oh, Beavis! And I thought you were so budge!
Oh, you fell there! Get off!
Johnny Vegas.
I did it! Sorry. He was a bit of a twat and he's under some carpet. In Taylor Park. He always shouted at dogs. Sorry, go on. I made sure he made eye contact. I was going to go down the back, but I thought, I want you to fucking know who did this.
2 more.
Oh, fucking hell. I once had a wank over a nun. I used to piss in the bath and pretend I was James Bond and it was acid. And I used to sit there and, like, work out how long I'd go without giving them, telling them the answers to everything they wanted to know. Anyway, let's do this. Feels good to get it off your chest.
And you know, all he did was...
No, I'll do nothing, sorry.
Okay. Oh, shit, this is going to take forever.
I expect you to smell of piss, Mr. Bond.
Oh, why am I crying in the promos?
I saw a bloke catch a carp and put his penis in its mouth and I told no one. He should have lost his fucking rod licence. I should have at least wrote a strongly worded letter to the Angling Association.
Okay. Yep.
Balls deep he was in. And you know what fish are like? They look shocked enough, don't they? It's not the natural environment.
I do, because that's the thing, is my jokes are a lot of times true stories. People ask me all the time, Brad, you're a comedian. How do you write your material? I don't. Here's how I write jokes. Step 1, be a dwarf. Step 2, wait. Funny shit's gonna happen to you. I never know when. It's not like I look down like, 3 o'clock, funny shit's about to happen. No, it's not like that. It just happens randomly. Like not too long ago, I took my mom out to lunch. Now, before I go on with this joke, just know that my mom is not a little person like me. And my dad, not a dwarf. No, I know, we don't have to all come from the same tribe. You can't like drive down the street and be like, which house do the dwarves live in? It's the mushroom with the door in it. So my mom is driving, I'm in the passenger seat, not a booster, fuck off. I'm in the normal chair like a big boy. And my mom comes behind this guy. Now this guy's trying to turn down a one-way street, but he's going the wrong way down the one-way street. And this is causing all sorts of traffic, and people are honking, getting very upset. My mom is right behind him. She is polite. She's a prim and proper Southern belle from Savannah, Georgia. And she looks at the guy, she goes, excuse me there, sir. I don't believe you can make a left-hand turn at this particular intersection. I know, you hear that, you want lemonade right now, don't you? Like, that's my mom. And then this guy proceeds to look at my mother and goes, why don't you shut the fuck up? I'm killing you right now, okay? I'm killing you. You say that to my mom? That's my mom. I love my mom. She gave birth to me. And just so you know, giving birth to a dwarf is not easy. It's not like you just sneeze and we fly out of there, okay? Like, the doctor isn't sitting there with a catcher's mitt, like, you know, like that doesn't happen. No, it is very hard to give birth to a little person. When I was born, my head was about the same size as it is right now, okay? Do you understand what that means? And my mom never complained. She never once complained. My dad, he complains about it all the time. He tells me, like, you realize that was the first pussy you ever tore up?
Why don't we have a proper heckle amnesty? If you would like to have a heckle, this would be the ideal time. Not... I look like I fucked a pig. Do I still owe your mum money? Is she annoyed, is she? There you go. Sorry, mate, I haven't got any coins on me. Your partner thinks I'm too crude. So she's been brought along to the show and it's not for her. Are you gonna make it up to her somehow later on? Maybe pop a thumb in her ass while you're fucking her? Madam, you can't sink down any lower in that seat. That is as low, that's as low as that. When does the comedy start? It's a classic. It's a classic heckle, right? What's your name, sir? Like shoe rack, you're called Rack. Where are you, Rack, up there or down there? Loving your work, Rack. It's one of those things, if you don't think the comedy started, you're right. And if you think that comedy has started, you're right, because it's a very individual thing, isn't it? And if the show's not for you, it's not for you. Well, I feel bad if you paid all this money to come and see me and you don't think it's funny. You've had a disaster. But I suppose, Rack, you have learned a valuable lesson. You've learned life's not fair. You pays your money, you takes your chance. Sometimes it's a good show, sometimes it's not for you. But I'll give you another example, Rack, so you haven't had a wasted evening. At least you've learned something. Another example of how unfair, Rack, our society is. Let's say if a man, you're right, sir, let's say if a man sleeps with loads and loads of women, what is he? He's a stud, he's a player, he's admired in our society. That isn't an opinion, that's fact. If a guy sleeps with loads of women, he's a player, he's a stud, he's admired. But if a woman sleeps with loads and loads of men, she's called Rack's mum.
I tell you, I'm all right now, but last week I was in rough shape, you know? Now, last week I told my wife I needed a home improvement loan. She gave me $1,000 to move out. I'll tell you, my wife, there's always something, you know? Well, the other day I called her up. I said to her, honey, I've been thinking about the last time we had sex. I'm getting excited. She said, who is this? I'll tell you, my wife, she never went for me. Well, the first time I called her up, she told me, come on over, there's nobody home. I went over, there was nobody home. My wife, she drives me nuts. Oh, she was afraid of the dark. She saw me naked. Now she's afraid of the light. No, I tell you, that's all right. That's okay. I'll tell you. No, I tell you, actually, I shouldn't tell jokes about my wife. I mean, she's attached to a machine that keeps her alive, the refrigerator. And I tell you, my wife, she can't cook either. My house, we pray after we eat. I bought a pressure cooker. Now I eat off the ceiling. What a lousy cook. I don't think meatloaf should glow in the dark. I mean, she can't cook at all. She made chocolate mousse and antler got stuck in my throat. I'll tell you my trouble. I got the wrong doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinnie Boombast. Know my doctor? And I saw him last week. I told him, Doc, every day I wake up, I look in the mirror, I want to throw up. What's wrong with me? He said, I don't know, but your eyesight is perfect. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I know I'm ugly. I asked the bartender to make me a zombie. Told me God beat him to it. Well, I'll tell you know when you're ugly, all right? Well, Halloween, my wife sends the kids out dressed like me. I mean, I'll tell you the whole story, all right? The whole story, okay? All right. I mean, you know when you're ugly. Well, last Halloween, a kid tried to pull my face off. And my kids, they flip a coin to see who has to kiss me goodnight. And I was an ugly kid, too. I told my old man, never took me to the zoo. He said, if they want you, they'll come and get you. Well, that's the story of my life. No respect. I don't get no respect at all. No respect at all. Are you kidding? Well, I was drowning. I was yelling, help, help. And the lifeguard ran over. I said, all right, buddy, keep it down. Keep it down. I don't get no respect from anyone. Well, I called up suicide prevention. They tried to talk me into it. I'll see you after. All right.
Tried to stop cussing. I can't find no substitute words. I don't know what else to say. I don't know nobody don't cuss. How many of y'all in here don't cuss? Raise your hand if you don't cuss. See right there? Just a damn lie. How you live your life without cussing? See what I don't understand about cussing? There are just cuss-appropriate moments. There are some moments in your life where only cussing will do. All right, since we don't know what I'm acting like I'm talking about, here let's go down the list of a couple things that done happened in your life. What do you say? You get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and you jam your toe on the edge of that door. What do you say? Oh, Father. Oh, Lord. It's not what you say. Oh, shit. This son of a bitch. Who left that fucking door open? When I find the son of a bitch that left the door, I'm beating your ass in the morning. I got another. What about your kids? You don't cuss at your kids? Well, if you don't, I recommend it. Please listen to me. Start cussing at your kids. You get a better reaction from your kids when you cuss at them. Because sometimes they don't. You ever had your little baby just jumping up on the couch? Just jumping on the couch. Come on now, baby. Mama say get down. Steady jumping. Come on, baby. Mama say get down. Steady jumping. Right there. You take the right adjective and you interject it into that sentence, and you get a quicker result. All that, come on, baby, mama say, get up. Get your black ass down off that damn couch. And if you white, use the same line. Get your black ass off of the couch. It's very effective. You're gonna have to send your kids to therapy after that, but try it at the house.
I'm gonna tell you something. I figured out about your wife. I know where you met your wife. You told me you met your wife 15 years ago on a motherfucking camping trip and that your wife was Puerto Rican? Your wife ain't no motherfucking Puerto Rican. I thought she was when I first met her, Gus. Because I walk up, I said, hello, it's good to meet you. My name is Vernon. And she said, hello, I'm Bunny. Goonie Google. What the fuck does Goonie Google mean, Gus? I don't know what the fuck that shit is to this day. I thought I learned some new Spanish shit. I went up to my friend and said, hey, Sanchez, Goonie Google. And Sanchez said, get the fuck out of here. So I've been walking around for years confused, and I finally figured out about your wife, where you met your wife. You didn't meet your motherfucking wife on no camping trip. Your wife's a Bigfoot, isn't she, Gus? Your wife is a Bigfoot, isn't she? That's why the bitch mustache is so motherfucking thick. But you shaved the bitch down and taught her to speak. I know a motherfucking Bigfoot when I see one. Don't bring a Bigfoot in my home, Gus, with my children. The bitch can't talk, she can't walk a flight of steps. She's not trained well, Gus. She cannot walk steps. I bet she climbed the fuck out of a tree, though, don't she, Gus? Doesn't she? But you had to not bring her around here. Fuck her. And your motherfucking children, they're big feet, too. They're half Bigfoot, Gus. Because the motherfucker is 6 years old and have afros 17 inches long. They're little hairy motherfuckers just like their mother. Look at the motherfuckers. You know when I found out that they was Bigfoot? When I realized your wife was a Bigfoot when I took your kids fishing last week. I put the motherfuckers in the boat, Gus, and I took the worm and I put it on their hooks, and they both sat there and they put the poles down in the motherfucking boat and slammed their face in the water for 2 minutes. And I think, what the fuck are these kids doing? Then they start moving their head like this and the motherfuckers come up with fish. I jumped back and said, can you believe this motherfucking shit? Then the kid took the fish out of his mouth and looked at his brother and said, goony google.
You can't argue with them prices, can you, eh? It's the only place I know where carrier bags are dearer than beans. And the good carrier bags and all. They are the kind of carrier bags that your mum uses to put all other carrier bags inside. What's all that about? Mum, have you got a carrier bag? Just hang on. I've got a next one in here with good handles. Where is it? Mum, we're going. Wait. Mum, we're back. Went Connie's funeral just before Christmas. Really bad day, raining. Fine rain, talks through. It was kind of rain, that fine rain. It's trying. It's trying. It's trying. It would if it could. Can't make its mind up. I didn't know what coat it put on. Raining. They went to cemetery, they went back to a pub because they put a bit of a buffet on for Connie, not that she ate much. And there were... There's always aunties and uncles there that you haven't seen for years. Aunties, not your proper aunties and uncles, just friends. And there's always an Uncle Knobhead. There's always an Uncle Knobhead. There's an Uncle Knobhead in everyone's family. There's one in ours. I'll not tell you his name, Jack. He's in the sweep over. Smokes roll-ups, yellow stain thing. Always setting fire to you when he's talking. Say listening. That's right, that's right. Are you ignoring me, eh? I'm with the wife, I'm with the enemy. That's right. I just had a bypass. Touch and go, touch and go. My heart's on its ass. Is it? Is that a medical term? He came into the toilet, he went, woo, woo. Police here. Woo. Look at you, eh? Hey, you're shooting up, aren't you? No, I'm having a piss, actually, if you don't mind. Hey, how old are you now? 29. 29, woo! Catching me up. No, you'll always have that 25 years edge on me there. I remember you when you were down here. Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about that, if you don't mind. They're all sat around having some buffet. And this woman said, ooh! Ooh! Oh, yes. Ooh! Did you see it rain today at cemetery? Raining, I've never known rain like it. But when they lowered that coffin of Connie's, did you see, did you notice? Clouds parted and bloody sun shone. That were Connie, she were there, she did that. That were Connie. I said, what? That were weather? No, that were Connie, she were there. Isn't that right, Lena? That's that. I'll tell you now. I lost my Billy 5 years ago. He loved cheese and onion crisp. He loved them. Cheese and onion crisp, cheese and onion crisp. He couldn't get enough of them. Quavers, he loved quavers. He couldn't move for quavers in our house. He loved multi-packs, quavers. And when he died, and they lowered his coffin into the ground, I swear on our Christine's eyes, don't, please. As they lowered coffin,
God is me witness. An empty bag of quavers blew across. That was Billy. He was there.
And we're the criminals now. We're the criminals. How many times have you walked out of a shop, you know, and that alarm goes off at the exit because you've got something in your bag, and you do all that over-Oscar acting, you kind of go like, oh! Is it me? Is it saying my bag? You know, and us, we go back in the shop and explain. If you're a real shoplifter, you fuck off. When have you ever seen a real shoplifter go back in the shop and go, yeah, it's all right. It's because I stole all them DVDs. All right, see you later, mate. See you, bye. You ever had one of those alarms go off when you go in a shop? What the fuck are they worried about? What, we're going to add stuff? And some places don't even want to let you in. Have you been to the local mini-mart? They got those electric sliding doors. Fuck, they're so slow. You can't get in them. You're walking towards those electric sliding doors and they go, okay, we're opening. That's if you're going in. If you're walking past them buggers, it's a different story. They go, out. You coming in? No, fuck off, I'm going down here. They're like big shopping flashers. They go like, do you want to see my bananas? Because I always think, you know that fruit section in the supermarket? Very highly charged in there. Have you seen the fruit pervs filling up the fruit? That's why I never buy loose fruit. You see these people just filling the fruit up in the fruit section going like, oh. Oh, yeah. No. I hate them fuckers, you know, because they put it back. I hate these people. Go to walk away with something, they go, nah. And then we come along, we buy it, we take it home, and then we get a mouthful of knob-smeared banana. You know, do I want this apple? Do I want this apple? Nah. Get a big melon sat on it, you know? Do I want a melon? No, it's been up my arse. Or better still, you know, you get these people, they decide they don't want something when they're in another section of the supermarket, so they just sort of slyly slip it down, you know? So you'd be walking around the supermarket and you'll come across like fish paste in the middle of the bread section going, no, I'm fish paste. This is the bread section. That bastard put me there. And Tesco's, they're everywhere now, aren't they? They're like a fucking disease. Tesco's Express, that's the good one, that's the fast one. They spent years researching fast, quick and easy meals for us to dash in, only to be served by Snail Boy.
Hi. You're right. A little kindness goes a long way.
Will you hang this coat in the closet for me? Thanks.
Thank you.